Hello, how are you all doing today? நீங்க எல்லாரும் எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? என் பேரு Jalal. Do you have any doubt in English? Please do not hesitate to ask me your doubts through the comments column. I am here to make videos to clarify your doubts. Like this, I have made a lot of videos clarifying the doubts of many people who ask me the doubts in the comments column. So, in fact, sometime back somebody asked me this doubt. Sir, how do we use is, was or were? In today's lesson, we are going to deal with them. These are called commonly used be verbs. So, we will discuss all about be verbs in today's lesson. Let's get started. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss be verbs. The most commonly used be verbs are am, is, are, was and were. In a sentence, in any sentence in any language, and we are talking about English sentence. In English sentence, the most important parts of a sentence are subject and verb. So, we are going to discuss the subject and verb in relation to be verbs. There are 5 families, verb families in English language. The first family is be verb. The members of the be verbs are am, is, are, was and were, as I have already told you. Second family is do verb. The members are do, does and did. And third one is have verbs, have family, and the members are have, has and had. The fourth one is modal verbs, and the members are shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might and must. These are the members of the modal verbs. And finally, action verbs. The very word action means there is some action. For a the typical example is he plays tennis on Sundays. Play is an action. So that's an action verb. There are a lot of action verbs in English language. So now we are going to discuss be verbs only, the first one only. And you look at the table. I have given a table and it has subject and be verb in the present form. The subject, under the subject, the first one is I. And be verb relating to I is am. Am. This is a peculiar, it's only in the present tense. And the second, see the second row. And he, she, it, or any singular subject. For these subjects, the correct verb to be used, be verb to be used in the present form is. And the third row, you see the third row, we, they, you, or any plural subject. For these subjects, the correct be verb to be used in the present tense is are. This is the table. And I am giving you some example sentences. He is a doctor. He is a singular subject. Is the correct be verb for that. You see the second row, he comes in the second row in the table. So, he is a doctor. They are happy. They is a plural subject. That's why we use are. They is happy in Jalal. They are happy. I am a student. I is a peculiar in the present tense. That's why you use am. For all other singular subject, we use is in the present form. So, these are the example sentences. Now, I am giving you one more table where we are going to discuss the be verb in the past form. See the table. For I, he, she, it or any singular subject, including I, because I is treated differently in the present tense. But in the past tense, for all these singular subjects, the correct verb to be used is was. And the second, you see the second row. We, they, you, or any plural subject. For all this, the correct be verb to be used is in the past tense, where. Not was, where, for plural. For singular, was. I am giving you some example sentences. She was at the park yesterday. She was at the park yesterday. She is a singular subject. In the past form be verb is was. So, that is the correct verb for she. she was at the park yesterday. They were playing football last week. They is a plural subject and the past form for the past be form is were. So they were playing football last week. Play is an action verb. We will talk about the combination of the be verb and the action verb in the continuous form a little later. This is only to show an example sentence to show that where is the correct be form verb in the past tense for plural subject they. And apart from all this, so there is the be itself can be used. So we have seen the various kinds of be form like is, are, was, were and all. So now be itself can be used. You see this sentence. I'll be at home tomorrow. Husband is making a phone call to his wife. He is somewhere else. He is telling his wife, I'll be at home tomorrow. நாளைக்கு நான் வீட்டில் இருப்பேன் அப்படின்ட்டு. ஸோ ஐ வில் பி அட் ஹோம் டுமாரோ. ஐ வில் பி கேன் பி யூஸ்ட் அலாங் வித் தி மாடல் வெர்ப் வில். பி கேன் பி யூஸ்ட் இன் several places. This is only one example. Secondly, I also want to tell about the contractions. Contraction means சுருக்கிறது. So for example, he is my friend. In spoken English, we don't say he is my friend. We'll simply say he is my friend. The is contracted. You see the sentence on the screen. He apostrophe yes, he is my friend. அப்படின்னா சொல்வோம். I am Geeta. I am Geeta. We don't say I am Geeta. I am Geeta. So this is in contraction. So we will see the rest of this lesson after a small break. In this section, we are going to see the uses of be verb. Be verb can be used both as the main verb and auxiliary verb. Main verb means that is the most essential verb in a sentence. Without that, there is no life in a sentence. Auxiliary verb means it's only a supporting verb or helping verb of the main verb. Auxiliary, we will see both now. So normally in verbs, when there is a main verb, it can be further divided as a state verb and action verb. It can function as a state verb. State verb means to talk about a situation or a position or an emotion. And action verb means action, actual action. He plays tennis is an action. So, but as far as the be verb is concerned, it cannot function as an action verb when you use it as a main verb. When you use be verb as a main verb, it can be used only as a state verb, not as an action verb. I will give you some example sentences. He is a doctor. He is a singular subject, so is the appropriate be verb for the present form. He is a doctor. Is the only verb, so that is the main verb. Is there any action in that? There is no action. It only talks about a situation, his position as a doctor. There is no action in that. So be verb is a state verb only when you use it as a main verb. That is the point. They were happy. They were happy is also where is a state verb. And they is a plural form. Where is in the past form. And where is a state verb. They were happy. It talks about only a position or a situation. I am tired. I am tired. I am is the verb here. So it talks about a situation. You are tired. You are very tired. You are not very active. You are very tired. So it talks about a position. So it is a state verb. It's cold today. So you're talking about a situation, the environment, a position. So it is a state verb. State verb, that is the only verb, main verb, and it is a state verb. Second sentence. Last sentence. She was excited about the trip. She was excited about the trip. So it talks about the emotional state. It's emotional. She was excited. Excited means ரொம்ப குதூகலமா இருந்தா. So it talks about an emotion. This is a state verb. After a small break, we will see how this is used as an auxiliary verb. Now we are going to see how be verbs are used as auxiliary verb. We have already seen the be verb used as the main verb as a state verb. You see the diagram. So be verb divided as main verb and auxiliary verb. Main verb is used as state verb that we have seen. Under auxiliary verb, there are two uses. The be verbs can be used in continuous tenses and in passive voice. There are two divisions. Now we are going to see how these can be used in continuous tenses. I am giving you some example sentences. She is running. Running is an action, but it comes with ing. Running is a verb, the main verb in the continuous form. It cannot stand alone. A verb in a continuous form cannot stand alone. It has to be helped or supported by an auxiliary verb. In this place, she is, that is an auxiliary verb which supports the main verb running. So, the be verb can be used as a supporting verb or auxiliary verb. She is running and she is running is the auxiliary verb. We were watching a movie. Watching is an action. It is in a continuous form. So it has to be supported. So we were, that were is the be form. Be form, which is a supporting verb or auxiliary verb. And last example is, he was cooking dinner when I arrived. He was cooking dinner. Cooking is an action in a continuous form. It's supported by was. Was is a be verb. Be verb. Supporting verb, auxiliary verb, and it's a be verb. He was cooking dinner when I arrived. So after a small break, we will see how it's used in passive voice. Now we will see how be verbs can be used in passive voice, not in active voice, passive voice. You should know what an active voice and passive voice is. The typical example given in almost all the grammar books is, the cat killed a mouse. It's an active voice because cat is doing an action of killing the mouse. So it is an active voice. Passive voice is like this. The mouse was killed by the cat. So mouse was killed by the cat, or it was killed by a human being. It was killed by a running car or something. Who killed the mouse is not important in this sentence. The action of killing is important. That is why it's called passive voice. The mouse was killed by the cat. So in the passive voice, you see was killed. The was is the be verb. Be verb. In active voice, the cat killed the mouse. There is no be verb at all. Killed is an action verb. Action verb. But in passive voice, mouse was killed by the cat. So was is the be verb. It is used in passive voice. So I will give you other examples, some more examples also. The music was composed by A.R. Rahman. The music is important. Who composed the music is not so important. The music was composed. Was is the be verb. This is a passive voice sentence. Second is, all the songs in this film were sung by P. Sushila. Where is the passive voice? Were sung. So after the passive voice, the next verb will be in the past participle. I have also given the example of done a lesson on past participle. So music was composed by A.R. Rahman. The composed is in past participle. Was is a be verb and composed in the past participle in the passive voice. Here also all the songs in this film were sung by P. Sushila. Where is the be verb? The food is being prepared. Is the be verb. Being is a continuous activity. Prepared is the past participle form. So in passive voice, be verb comes and also the past participle verb also comes. The roads were being repaired last week. Were being. Where is the be verb. Repaired is the past participle verb. So the roads were being repaired last week. Update. So be verb can be used both in continuous tense and also in passive voice. These are auxiliary verbs or helping verbs or supporting verbs. So that's all for today. I hope I made myself very clear to you, and to understand it better, you see the video again and you will become very sure about how to use the be verbs. I hope you like this lesson. If you like the lesson, please click the like button and share this video among your friends. And to watch similar useful educational videos, please click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much and bye-bye.